Hello everyone, my name is Nick Bunyo and I live in the United States of America in the state of Pennsylvania. I am here along with Arina and Teresa, part of the Pivot team, and Pivot is here to help you learn the English language. Now what I think Pivot means is, in my opinion, is when you play a sport such as basketball or soccer and you're moving in one direction and you step forward and you end up going in a completely different direction. You pivot to a new direction, which I think helps to explain the methodology of this project, that it takes you in a different direction to learn a language. And that, to give you an example, in this article that I have read in the comment section below, it is about the American educational system. Now, this video is obviously to help you learn English, and I will give you what my opinion is based on this article. But first, I would like you to read it, pause this video and read it, and then unpause it to listen to what my opinion is. So at this time, pause this video. Okay, so now that you have read the article, it is obviously about American educational system and the problems that we are facing in this country, how low we rank in reading, math, and sciences. And going to a public school system, and now I am in university studying economics, and I go to a public university, I can honestly say that the methodology and how the United States teaches is very inefficient and very poor. And in the article, which is written by a financial news organization, they talk a lot about finance and money, but I can say that the money to a certain extent doesn't really matter anymore if the curriculum and the methodology to teach people is poor. So since this is a English language project, Pivot, I will give you an example of how I learned German in school and how students at my university learn Spanish. We basically just learn how to memorize a bunch of words and a bunch of dialogue, but we're never trained to access what we've remembered in our brains and to use it on our own. We cannot come up with our own sentences, and it's very hard to communicate with someone if we were to go to Germany or to Spain or to Mexico. So like I said, we are learning a lot of memorization, which is inefficient, because if you never trained how to access what you've memorized, you will never be able to use it, which is why Pivot comes to a different direction, because Teresa is teaching me Ukrainian, and I also am learning Russian on the side too, and the way Teresa teaches me is to constantly use the language, constantly use verbs and nouns, and she forces me to use it, and that helps to reinforce what I have learned, and that forces memorization on me. But it also teaches me to use my brain and to think and to recall what I've memorized or what I've used previously. So this makes it much more effective when I go to speak, and it allows me to create my own conversation, and it's not forced memorization or forced dialogue. I am creating my own sentences, which is why Teresa, Rina, and the Pivot teaching method is much better than what at least I would have gotten in the United States, which is why I say that, to me, Pivot means to go into a different direction. Pivot takes us in a different direction to teach us different languages. For you, it would be English. So that's just my opinion of the article, that it is an inefficient and ineffective teaching system in the United States, which is why we are ranking so low in the country. And that is not just about the money. You know, money is important, but if you have bad curriculum, no matter what, money's not going to help change a bad curriculum. So now, this is the end of the video, and I will say that next week I will have another video about a different article and a different opinion, and this will be These videos will be a continual process to help you learn English. So thank you very much. Please comment and share your ideas about this video or about anything that you have, any questions about the Pivot team. So thank you, and talk to you soon.